All right, let's dive into something we all deal with every single day. I'm talking about the war against our own inbox. It's supposed to be a tool for getting things done, but let's be honest, for most of us, it's just a constant source of noise and stress. Well, today, we're going to fix that. So, quick question for you. If you had to pick the number one weapon, the single most satisfying button to click to bring some order to that digital chaos, what would it be? I have a feeling we're all thinking of the same thing.
Yep, that's the one. That beautiful, oh so satisfying unsubscribe button. It feels like a magic wand, doesn't it? One click and poof, that annoying newsletter is gone forever. It seems like the simplest, most direct solution. But what if I told you that clicking that button is sometimes the worst mistake you can make?
What if that helpful little link isn't a release, but it's actually a trap? Seriously, according to cybersecurity experts, clicking unsubscribe on the wrong email can do way more harm than good for your digital security. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain on this because really understanding the secret danger of this one button is the first step to actually taking back control of your inbox for good. See, when you click unsubscribe on an email from a scammer or a spammer, you're not getting off a list. Instead, you're basically sending them a message that says, hey, this email address is real and someone is looking at it. And just like that, your email address becomes way more valuable to them. Even worse, that link might take you to a fake phishing website trying to steal your passwords, or it could even trigger malware to download onto your computer. So instead of getting less mail, you end up with even more spam and a huge security headache. The thing is, your inbox has become a modern battlefield. It's not just about getting too many emails anymore. Now it's about the psychological tricks and the sneaky tactics that marketers and spammers use to get you to click on things you shouldn't. And these tricks actually have a name. They're called dark patterns. This is just a fancy term for all the sneaky ways websites and emails are designed to fool you or pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. You know, like making it almost impossible to find the unsubscribe button or using confusing language to keep you subscribed. And you have absolutely seen these out in the wild. It's that subject line that starts with RE to trick you into thinking it's a real conversation. Or that terrifying final notice email that makes you panic and click without thinking. And of course, there's the classic guilt trip on the unsubscribe page. No thanks, I'd rather pay full price. These aren't just annoying, they're designed to be manipulative. So if the unsubscribe button can be a trap, what are you actually supposed to do? Well, the answer is to stop thinking you only have one option. You actually have 3 powerful weapons in your arsenal, and you just need to know when to use each one. Okay, first, you have to know who you're dealing with. On one hand, you have legitimate senders. These are the brands you actually shop at, the newsletters you signed up for. They follow the rules and give you a real working way to opt out. But on the other hand, you have the malicious senders. You don't recognize their names, they use those sneaky dark patterns, and their unsubscribe links are the dangerous traps we've been talking about. So this brings us to your 3 weapons. First, the unsubscribe button. You should only use this for those legitimate, trusted companies we just mentioned. For senders who are just annoying but not necessarily dangerous, use block. It's clean, simple, and they'll never even know you did it. But, and this is the most important one, for anything that looks suspicious, deceptive, or is from someone you've never heard of, you hit mark as spam. This is your superpower. It doesn't just get rid of the email, it teaches your email provider to be smarter, protecting you and everyone else from future attacks. You know, to make this all really stick, let's use a quick analogy. Stop thinking of your inbox as a mailbox and start thinking of it as your digital front door. Think about it. When a legitimate salesperson from a company you know comes to your door, you can just politely say no thanks and close it. That's unsubscribing. Now, if that salesperson is just too persistent, you might just lock the door to make sure they can't bother you again. That's blocking. But if a sketchy character is trying to trick their way into your house, you don't just lock the door, right? You call the neighborhood watch to warn everybody, and that's exactly what you're doing when you mark an email as spam. Okay, so you know which weapon to use and when. But how do you actually apply this strategy in your busy day-to-day life? Well, the key is to understand that your different devices should have different jobs. And this is a really big deal, because get this, a massive 75% of all emails are now opened on a mobile device. But just because we can do everything on our phones doesn't mean we should. You need to start thinking about your devices strategically. Your desktop or laptop, that's your admin headquarters. It's your command center. It's where you have the power to do the heavy lifting, like setting up filters and rules or deleting thousands of old emails at once. Your phone, on the other hand, is your triage center out in the field. It's perfect for quick actions, a swipe to archive, a tap to delete, and for keeping an eye out for anything urgent while you're on the move.
So the big idea here is simple. Use your desktop to build your fortress. Then use your phone for the day-to-day patrols within the walls of that fortress.
So when you put it all together, when you know the hidden dangers, you can spot the manipulative tactics, and you use the right tool on the right device, you can finally stop fighting a losing battle every day and actually start winning the inbox war. Here it is, your entire strategy in one simple 3-step battle plan. First, every time, vet the sender. Ask yourself, do I actually know and trust this company? Second, choose your weapon. Decide if this is a job for unsubscribe, block, or spam. And third, train your filter. Every single time you mark a shady email as spam, you're making your digital life safer.
And the payoff here is so much bigger than just having a clean inbox. This is about real personal security. It's about protecting yourself from identity theft and malware. It's about getting back your time and your focus. And ultimately, it's about building an inbox that's actually smart, one that works for you instead of against you.
So I'll just leave you with this one thought. Your inbox is a personal space. You own it. You control it. It's your digital home. The real question isn't just about how to clean it up. It's about who you decide to give a key to in the first place.